We have one thing in common: we love the animals and we want to do good for them.
The "we" that Mercedes is referring to includes all the volunteers who are part of AWA, which stands for Animal Welfare Alliance, Aruba.
So every day we work with around, I think it's 12 to 15 people, all volunteers. So the money that we get donated purely is for the drugs. And with the drugs we sterilize. And for us, the cost price of sterilization is around 25 florins. So it's a very low price, and we can maintain that because of all our volunteers.
Many of the dedicated volunteers of AWA are local, but what caught my attention were the veterinarians who came from the United States. They pay for their own flights and take vacation days from their jobs to come to Aruba, not to lay on the beach, but to help address the animal situation on our island. So I heard something pretty amazing, that you guys volunteer to come here.
Yes.
You pay for your own flight.
Yep.
And you take vacation days.
Yes.
To basically come and work.
Yes.
Why do you do that? I think that's quite a sacrifice. So why are you helping out Aruba?
Well, animal lovers, and we just can't see the animal on the street, and the dogs, just make sure that, you know, the populations are controlled and their life expectancy is not a year but 10.
Meet Marie. She is a shelter vet back home in the United States. She is a high-volume vet contributing to our island's spay and neuter initiative. Simply through word of mouth, she was connected with Mercedes and AWA.
Last year, a friend of mine was traveling for 3 months from islands to islands all around here, and she had volunteered a couple other places, and then she talked to Mercedes, and then she realized that she was not able to do multiple surgeries a day, so she asked me to come, and I said sure. So I came down with her. She's a colleague from vet school, and then this year I brought my spay neuter assistants with me, so we can make the biggest difference we can in the short amount of time.
High-volume vets are very valuable, especially when it comes to the overpopulation situation in Aruba. Here's why.
High-volume vets are fast, so we can work with the anesthesia protocol we have here. It will not last for 2 hours, so that's one thing. When we're high-volume too, we have less complication, just because by definition we've done so many surgeries of the same, and then of course we can do 30-40 surgeries a day versus 10, so we can really make a big difference, you know, and get all the volunteers on board and really make a big difference.
Mercedes says her and her team are incredibly grateful for the partnership with the experienced overseas vets.
I think they want to do good, and they help us. And they see that we have an issue in Aruba, and they just want to donate their time to make it a better place for the animals, for the dogs and the cats. And I think they maybe also like to work with us because we have a nice setup, and yeah, we have vets that are coming here for the 3rd or the 4th time already within 1.5 years, so that's quite special.
Marie is a shelter vet at home, and she is also in the process of opening up a nonprofit veterinarian hospital in the States. The volunteer work she is doing with AWA is unique to our island. She isn't currently volunteering like this anywhere else, so we are tremendously lucky to have her. Besides encouraging our community to spay and neuter, she has another important message.
You know, just spay and neuter as many animals, and also change mentalities. We had a server yesterday, and he had a male dog, so we talked to him about getting him neutered, and it was a no-go, you know, because it's a male dog, and you cannot get him neutered because it's, you know, the macho mentality. So I think changing minds and spay and neuter, if you do those two together, you can make a big difference.
In addition to lending her time and valuable experience to the animals of Aruba, Marie also kept one more dog off our streets.
And I have to tell you something. Last time I was here, I took a dog back home with me. It's my favorite story of Aruba. So I took a little dog. We named him Douchey, but at home it's not a very good name. So I renamed him Kashi. So Kashi is home right now with the pet sitter, waiting for me to come back. And I told him I would not bring anybody back this time, but I'm looking at the kitties and I don't know.
takes a village to alleviate the animal situation in Aruba. The efforts from our hard-working volunteers are commendable. Mercedes is dedicated full-time to the mission of spaying and neutering cats and dogs on our island. She is passionate about what she does and believes in what she is doing.
Number one, I think, if you walk on the streets here and you see the problem, and those dogs, they're nice and friendly, but they're getting beaten up, thrown by rocks. They walk on their cars. They're full of ticks. They cannot help that. It's us that created that issue, and we also, as people, we need to change that. So we need to give them a better future.